Howdy there, little partner, and thanks for tuning in to Vengeful Bakery. Today I'm talking like a cowboy because we are looking at one of my favorite games ever, Bastion. Bastion could be held up as an example of how video games can be and what they can do. And I don't want to spoil it for you, so I'm just telling you, if you love great storytelling in video games, pick this one up. I'm not going to spoil anything in this gameplay video because it's only going to be 15 minutes long. I've spent 5 hours on Bastion, which was enough time to have a complete playthrough. And whoa there, partner, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking I ain't going to pay $15, which is the current price at time of recording, for a 5-hour game. Well, I think you'd be mistaken in so doing, lil lady, or buddy, whatever you'd prefer I call you. So I'll go ahead and abandon this accent for our mutual benefit, and without further ado, let's jump on in to Bastion. Goodbye, existing game. I look forward to playing through the game again anyway, so my existing game can just go die.
Proper story is supposed to start at the beginning. Ain't so simple with this one. Now here's a kid whose whole world got all twisted, leaving him stranded on a rock in the sky.
Aw, yeah.
He gets up, sets off for the Bastion, where everyone agreed to go in case of trouble. Ground forms up under his feet as it pointing the way. He don't stop to wonder why.
Don't even stop to wonder why.
Finds his lifelong friend just lying in the road. Well, it's a touching reunion. He sees what's left of the rippling walls, years of work.
So this is a game that you would expect to play nice with the controller, especially because I believe it was available on the Xbox Arcade. And so,
That a survivor.
it surprised me, but I actually couldn't get my controller to play with it without using third-party software, which frankly I didn't feel like doing. Probably should have dodged that attack, but you know. And then, as you've already heard, this voice actor who does the narrator, this guy is the best thing to ever happen to video games. He's my own personal Nolan North, except for Nolan North. But there's this trend I've noticed. Can I get up there? Can I? No. Okay, it's just floating off the side, just decoration. That's fair.
Kid's worked up quite a thirst by now.
Games that make heavy use of narration, I've found, tend to be about narration. And there's this thing that happens. It's like when someone says the book was better than the movie. You know, that's fine. You're allowed to have whatever tastes you want. But the truth is, movies aren't trying to be books. And in fact, if they were, they'd probably fail because it would be a bunch of like narration. I guess audiobooks. There you go. There's a thing. But those aren't movies. My point is, if a movie is exactly like a book, you know something has gone wrong. And in a similar vein, if a video game has a storyline that could be told exactly as a book, then chances are the video game's not tapping into the strengths of the genre the way it could. If you'll forgive me, I love the Final Fantasy series, but I do think they suffer from this. Video games are all about agency and choice. And so when you have a game where those things are essentially absent from the storyline, something
he sets foot inside one of
hasn't worked.
Solania's famous watering holes. Inside's old Rondi, the bartender. The calamity got him before his drinking did.
Aw, I didn't really hear the name of the bar owner. I hope that wasn't important. But I already kind of know the storyline of this game.
Rondi
So
always wanted his ashes scattered here. Then
done.
he finds his
Taken care of.
shield.
There it is. Got my shield. So the thing I love about Bastion, and then Stanley Parable does this a little bit more overtly, but I think Bastion does it incredibly well. Bring it on, security. You think I'm scared of you? Because I ain't. Oh, I wonder if I can bounce those back at him. I can! Yes! Yes! Awesome! I'm so good at this game, guys. Okay. Okay. So, I am trying to make a point about narration, but I think it's getting farther and farther away from me. So I want to blow this up before... Dodge! Yeah, dodge! Can't dodge and attack at the same time. That's valuable knowledge to have. But Bastion does a great job with its narrator. Like, well acted, it's well presented, and the way it figures into the story is fantastic, where it sort of plays around with the idea. You already heard
pops out in front of the kid.
Big old fella pops out. Like it's in books and in movies. Narration comes with a sense of inevitability.
Bags are playing for keeps.
Wow, I mean, it's a Wrathful Strudel game. Of course, I'm going to die in the tutorial, even though I already told you I've played through this game, so you'd expect some minimum level of competency, and you would expect that incorrectly.
The way to the Bastion out the window. It's a bit of a drop.
What? What? I did no such thing. Oh, okay. Go here, says the game. Window. Yeah, so I like that in Bastion, the narrator describes what you just did, and it sort of plays with this idea of player agency.
And it ain't broke.
You got it, Breaker's Bow. What about my machine gun? Clearly I don't remember this game as well as I thought I did. Which is also a theme.
Target practice. He knows he should draw the string all the way back.
See that? See how brilliant that was? The narrator is teaching me how to play by assuming I already know how to do it. And I know other video games do this, where you have like Cloud, whatever his last name is, in Final Fantasy VII, is kind of teaching other people how it goes, but really he's subtly teaching the omnipotent being that controls him. And so this game does all sorts of things with that, where the narrator is going to help you understand the game in a way that it feels like it's inevitable and yet clearly isn't. Oh man. Guys, I love this. I love what the story does. I love what it accomplishes.
Defenses still work. Bad news is they're aiming for the kid.
Yeah, well, the kid ain't too worried about it, Mr. Mark Twain. I also think that the soundtrack is right on point.
Long before the kid could loose an arrow, strong and true. Picks up a few pointers from a dusty old tome.
I'm really having trouble understanding why this game can't talk to controllers. Because, I mean, look, I get it that I'm ignorant in general. Oh, if I focus that on him, he'll aim at him. I don't have to worry about the line. Yeah, so I don't know. At the risk of exposing my ignorance, feels like this game should work fine on a controller. Just because I can't remember if I said this already, but it was on Xbox Arcade. In fact, I think it's native to Xbox. And my controller, as you probably noticed, is an Xbox controller. So, but I'm not on an Xbox, I'm on a PC. Because I was born into a higher race.
The distillery, right
master
next to the
race,
arsenal,
if you will.
Tough part of town.
Well, distillery. Let's go there first, eh?
Let's sip the spirits in that distillery, and the kid'll feel like a new man.
Plus 10 max health. So depending on what I'm drinking. Oh, I didn't mean to lock into that. Let's do max health, because dying seems to be a pretty common problem for me. Doing enough damage, both to myself and others, seems to be something I'm pretty consistently good at. Oh, and I'm going to swap out my inventory. Whirlwind. I didn't even try Whirlwind. It taught it to me, but I was so busy talking about whatever it was this time. Movies? Okay. Arrow bounce from target to target, or the little Link from Zelda ha thing. So let's do the ha thing. New skill assigned to Q. You got it, buddy. Oop. Clicked outside my window there. That was weird. Alright, where do you want me to go, game? Oh, there's another little path opening up for me. And then, so speaking of narrative and guiding the player in beautiful, subtle, and sometimes ironic ways, the world rising up to meet you. There you've got this sort of literally...
birthing like crazy in a couple of corn bins.
I shouldn't say literally. But an uncountably high number of possibilities ahead of you in this open sky, but then it opens up just in front of you as you go. Ah, there's so much. Apparently that popcorn machine is shooting out gas men, which I reckon are going to have to be brought some hammer justice. Bow justice. Oh, let's use my ability. Here we go. Boom!
He's a mighty fast learner. Mighty fast.
Thank you, narrator. Incidentally, I don't know what Mark Twain sounded like. I don't know if there are any voice recordings of him, but I will admit I do know what the narrator looks like, hence Mark Twain. I also know what the voice actor looks like, less Mark Twain. Google it. It's actually pretty fun. Dodge! Oh, I countered! Not only did I dodge, I countered.
Sends the kid on his way.
The fairy barge?
The
Oh,
Bastion's
not
real
like
close
not
now.
like creatures of the Fae, but ferried across the river. Because I reckon we're cowboys in this game, or whatever we are. Pull the bowstring back all the way. So, in terms of gameplay, I know I've been fawning over this narrator a lot. But in terms of gameplay, this game feels smooth. Like. Again, I'm bummed about the controller thing, but the character does pretty much exactly what I want him to. The whole aiming the ranged weapon, I admit I was mildly confused there. I'm sure, hey, you see that? See those cat-like reflexes? I can play video games. It's a thing I can do.
Kid takes a chunk of alloy.
Press tab for
barley
info.
and spoiled blueberries fills the air.
Memento. Okay, whatever, I got it. Something heavy.
Scumbags.
Scumbag.
Kid maybe shouldn't have done what he just did.
Probably shouldn't have. Oh, gotta heal. The game's like, Kevin, you moron, you've gotta heal. Begging me to play like a mildly competent player. It's a good game. It makes you feel smart by telling you everything to do. It's basically the Phoenix Wright of action
Rob's a
RPGs.
scumbag of his last meal.
Okay, I admit I didn't even understand what I was going for there, but Phoenix Wright is brilliant. I don't have him in my Steam library, so I don't know when, if ever, he'll make it onto the channel, and that's just a shame. So if you haven't played a Phoenix Wright game, get that done, especially if you love melodrama and courtroom drama that doesn't make a lick of sense. And also if you like seeing how the Japanese feel about California, which who wouldn't? So I assume by pulling back the bowstring for longer, I am making the shot more powerful, but the range is entirely just... Wait, that's interesting. So if I... Does the arrow not... Oh, it keeps going. Okay, so this is just telling me what the range to my mouse pointer is, but presumably I can shoot across the entire screen. Okay, easy peas. I don't know if we'll get to see it in this this little tutorial area. I really doubt it, but there's a musket in this game, and on my first playthrough, that musket was my jam. Do got to get all these pickups. I'm mostly sure they are currency that I will use for something. I don't really remember. As is the tradition with these games that I claim to have such intimate knowledge
He
of.
finds the core to the Wharf District.
The Wharf District?
He steals the city's heart. Might as well.
Might as well.
Kid has a feeling he better get a move on. The place
I assume
is
the
starting to
Wharf
fall.
District is the district that seems really tough, but then just gets used as an example to show how tough the things that blow it up are. Wharf. That was TV tropes. Check it out.
See that
Okay,
core
come on,
gets
come on,
up
come on,
with
come
the
on,
only thing
come on.
making this particular rock stay afloat.
Oh, that makes sense. Which... Oh, I fell!
Toward the Bastion.
I don't think that kills me. I think it just lets me...
Now the kid sees something stranger still. His mind races.
Oh, What? It took me to a different zone. Like, I fell and I landed somewhere other than the spot
Did
I fell
anybody
from.
else survive?
That's continuity for you. I wonder if that was scripted or if there's a way to actually complete
Sure
that area
enough,
successfully.
He finds another.
Says every player ever who's
He
played this
finds
game.
me.
Told you it looked like Mark Twain.
We talk for a spell.
Anyway, the point is I'm sure you're better at this game than I am, everyone who's played it already, and I assure you I'm very proud of you. Discuss.
All I
Core.
tell him is to set that core of his on the monument there. Then watch.
So yeah, as with true RPG, we've got sort of our home base area here. This opens up, I believe they're like
Just like
genders or
that,
something.
the Bastion comes alive.
So
Starts
look.
growing again.
Yeah.
Growing stronger. Kid's gotta put its power to good use. Now the Bastion can send him even farther into the wild unknown. Bastion ain't gonna build itself. Well, not entirely.
Nice. Build something on the foundation. Oh, I get to... This game gonna... Oh yeah, that one's lit up. Always follow the lights. Definitely a distillery.
Makes time to sample spirits from my personal supply.
Cinderbrick Stout. That's lame. That's awesome. So, okay, we got your critical hit chance. I like crits. Makes me feel like a rogue. Absorb stray fragments. +1 chance to carry on if defeated. You know, my survival's actually been okay. Right? It's been okay. You're proud of me. You're proud of me. I know you are. Double critical hit chance. I like that. So let's do that.
Where whiskey has no scent, but tastes like a peppered boot heel. It's not for everyone.
Tell you what, I'm pretty sure
out there waiting for him.
Pretty sure I head on here and it'll take me to the next area. You go through, but we've hit 15 minutes. Let's talk about this a little bit. So, Bastion, I've still got the music blaring in my ears. Give me a second. Okay, cool. So, I love Bastion. It's a fantastic game. If you like just the game elements of action RPGs, you will enjoy this game. If you like rich, complicated storytelling, I know I talked over poor Mark Twain a lot of the time, but it's the voice acting is on point. The story that is told is amazing and poignant, and I was blown away. So I enthusiastically give this game my first ever issued 13 strudels. 13 out of 12, a baker's dozen. This game is fantastic. If you like games, go play Bastion. It's so good. It's so good. Will I come back to this game? Yes. I will live the rest of my life in this game. I love it so much. Thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to seeing you next time. Until you get here, this is for you. Take care, buddy.